Hello, welcome to Bars and Bells. My name is Lauren.
And I'm Ian.
And this is our Strength and Swings class, week 2, semester 5. It's been a busy year. We've been here every Tuesday at 4 o'clock. So there's lots of videos in the archive if you'd like to go back or join us right now for week 2's workout here. We have some kettlebells and light clubs off to the side today. We'll get started with our body weight warm up. And then we've been working on our get up breakdown, wicka, wicka, wicka today, along with some squats. Let's get started.
So DJ, not lazy Lauren, DJ lovely Lauren right there.
Double L.
Got a setup for the warm up, which will start at the feet. We'll do those lunges as part of the get ups. Let's just get to that ball of foot right away. Cramp up that standing leg, hug that knee from the hip of the elevated heel to the midline. And let's just rise up to 2 points, test that balance, and then land on a straight leg on the other side. Avoiding the shapes out to the side, and that continues in the lunge, pull to the middle. Let's go up to the balls of feet again and back down on a straight leg. This time, you might find your toes pointed in today's practice. Let's just warm that up a little bit as well. And then back to the balls of feet, up to those 2 points, and one more switch. We'll emphasize the toe point and that cramp on the bottom of the foot as well. And then balls of feet. Let's go one more rise, and then as a team, heels slowly return to the floor. Knees over toes, we'll be doing some squats a little bit here, so get those knees over toes in this first parallel position, and then push the hips forward, cramping up the glutes. As we go down into that squat, keep our anterior tip or a cow tip, maintain that shape as you extend, and at the top, you might lock that in a little bit. Let's just pivot on those heels and repeat a similar squat from a different stance. We'll pull ourselves down, keeping our tailbone cow, and push those hips forward. Repeat one more time as we'll pull ourselves down, extending those hips. Now parallel and first, those are positions for squats, but might we invite you to open up your stance and maybe rock on the feet a little bit. Personalize your stance here for 2 more gentle repetitions as we pull ourselves down, maybe replicate that goblet hold, soon to come, and then extend, and then repeat the pull down. Where do you like your feet? Nestle into a position and come on up. Then push those feet back together and shake it out. Let's get to the floor now, warm up those wrists, head, necks, and core muscles with our knees over toes, our nice toe squat here. The heels can lift, then quietly the knees go to the floor, and we extend the hips and wiggle yourself back and hinging on the hips, and Lauren, take us from there.
Let's warm up those wrists. So we'll use our hinge, we'll land through the fingers, really try to bend through those fingers, and then the palms will accept the floor. Let's think about our shoulders here. So shoulder blades shrug up like I don't know shoulders, and then pull them down like I really do know. Let's do that again. Shrug up, I don't know. Yes, I do. Pull them down, engage those lats. Then I want you to lightly pinch a pencil between those shoulder blades, and then try to push the blades to wrap them around your rib cage, but try to avoid rounding your back like a cat. Let's do that one last time. Pinch a pencil together. Now keeping the spine the same in that place, try to wrap the blades around forward. Let's retract them to end up somewhat between pinching a pencil and I don't knows, and then we'll keep our elbows nice and straight and push those first knuckles to press up and then control the down. Just like we rose onto our toes, we're rising onto those fingers. We'll do that one last time, and then this time we'll flick the floor away and give that a shake out. Let's spin our hands all the way around. Fingertips land facing your knees, and then through the hands, full connect to the floor. Again, shrug your shoulders up once, and then pull them down, and lightly sit back, keeping all your fingers heavy as you sit back here, and then rock forward again. Now add a little elbow bend to that, and peel the palms away, shaking that out. We'll come back to that position in a second, but in the meantime, let's get to a lunge. Sounds
Excellent.
great?
Sounds good. My turn. We're lunging with that leg out in front, and you might have your pointed foot just like Lauren, or the toes tucked. Both are appropriate for this drill here. Lauren has already pulled in that femur head on the front leg, which hopefully encourages that back hip to stay extended, and cramp up and find some tension, squeeze your back butt cheek. Then drift forward, a whole body as a unit, so head, shoulders, and hips together, and then just chill here, encouraging that knee over the toe. Then cramp up that butt cheek and push forward through the leg out front, scissoring those hips, extending through. Repeat the same thing with that leg out to the side. We're always aiming to have those nice level hips. So if we're hip hiked or our shoulders are off, just keep building that awareness for keeping the ribs over the hips and the hips nice and level. So first, we kind of feel that pull effort, encouraging knee over toe. Squeeze your back butt cheek, and then just kind of stay there. You might drift further, and then squeeze your back butt cheek again, and I'm going to push towards Lauryn to move away from her there, and then bring that leg to the front, back under the hips, and repeating on the other side. We're tall, hips are level. Compress that femur head into the hip, pulling in and pushing the back hip forward, and then head, shoulders, and hips, leaning forward as a line. Squeeze your back butt cheek, try to hang out there, then cramp up the back butt cheek for stability and push forward for that mobility piece now as we get back to our tall kneel position. Open that leg next to the side. Hips level, ribs over hips. Take your breath and squeeze your butt cheek and pull. The pulling action together replicates that down phase of our squat as well. Squeeze your back butt cheek and then push out from center, also pertinent to your up phase of squat, and then easy does it. Return that to the front and back under.
All right, we have a little fun warm up here where we're going to transition from our bear hover into a position of our get up. So if you want to follow along, you can follow along with my words or watch the first time and we'll join back together. First, we're going to hover. First, we're going to make sure there's nothing in the way to kick with your toes, because that's never that comfortable.
That would hurt.
We'll hover the knees off the floor. And when we're in this hover position, start feeling your abs. So feel the floor pull together underneath you. Abs are braced. Now we're going to lift opposite hand and foot off the floor and swing it through into our get up like position. So we have that bent knee, the leg out nice and straight, the bottom shoulder pack, lat engaged. Now we'll push down into the floor with foot and hand, hover, and then sweep back through to that bear position. Let's repeat on the other side. Opposite hand and foot, sweep through. For now, butt lands on the floor, shoulder out of your ear, sit tall, then come back to that hover position. Let's repeat. Hover or sweep through. Now let's find our bottom, put our bell in that imaginary rack position here, and slowly press that kettlebell to overhead. Look at us, we're in the middle of our get up. Then we'll pull the bell back down to rack. There's some future prediction right there. We'll lift the hips, sweep back through to bear, other side. Sweep through, bum comes down, rack position. Press your kettlebell, keeping your bottom shoulder packed. Pull your bell down to the rack, and then bridge, sweep through. Let's do one more this time. No press, but could you hover that leg off the floor and hold it? No hips down, leg up. 3, 2, sweep back through other side. Sweep, leg lifts, hover bottom off the floor. 3, 2, back to bear, hover, hold. Abs, abs, abs. Now bring one foot in beside your hand, and then bring your other foot in beside your hand.
Sneaky squats right there.
Sneaky squats. Lift those chests up, drive the knees apart, push down and out on the floor, come up a little bit. Ooh. Then come up a little more. Then come up a little more, and then all the way through.
Challenge all of those positions in between the squat. That's the top, the bottom, and challenging the pace with some pause squats definitely adds to that challenge. How are your shoulders feeling? We're warming up here. Lauryn will be using a very light wood club bell here as we get back to some loaded presses and get-ups. And I'll be using my light kettlebell for this section as well, inviting us to explore that press pattern as it pertains to the get-up and subsequent presses. So it always starts down on the floor. We're going to press at each unique position here from the floor as part of our get-up series.
I get it now.
So maybe there's no rules right now and get down to the ground with maybe no hands. And then we'll start in that cuddle position and we'll add a press and pressing at those various positions as part of the get up. So it's a cuddle, to roll to your back and a two-handed press. Set up in the get up stance and now repeat one press from your backside, elbow towards the floor with the hup for the core abs. Then drive off the foot, find yourself to the elbow and pull yourself down to the elbow to the hip and add a nice press there as well. It's another press from that tall sits position. So sit tall. We just practiced that a second ago and add the press to tall. Then we'll bridge and sweep the hips. We'll press the floor away here. Square up your lunge. Let's add a press to this aspect of the lunge as well. And effort to tall. Stand tall. One more time on a press for this series here. From overhead to the rack. Back up overhead. And now drop back, conventional style get up here. We'll open to the side, hinge on the hips in the windmill, sweep the leg through, find the elbow, and then return to your back. All the while looking at that kettlebell, said Lauren's eyes as I was doing that. So Lauren has more cues here. I'll be quiet and looking forward to following along.
Let's do the same thing on the other side. So it starts with that cuddle, a roll to her back, and a two-handed press. Get your legs set up, get your off arm set up, and then pull the bell down, elbow towards the floor, press. Now hip drive, pull to elbow. We do a little bit of a rotation as we maintain that vertical forearm and press. Find the hand squishing the bug. Bottom shoulder stays packed. Little bit of a rotation, pull down, press. It's that bridge and the sweep. Pushing the floor away, ending up in your lunge position. Once you're there, again, pull the bell down and press. Step up to tall. One last press here. Pull down. Return the bell overhead. Leg you can touch will drop back. Step open. Rotate, hinge around that kettlebell. Sweep through. Find your elbow. Push away from your elbow to your back. With two hands, pull your bell down and return it to the floor. Excellent. We're going to stand up and get our little squat warm-up going.
Excellent.
Continuing.
So far, I felt pretty good with that kettlebell under the load, making sure you feel the same. I'll be using the same kettlebell for one more exercise here before I decide to bell up to something a little bit heavier, inviting you to do the same or stick with a light one that feels just right for you.
We are going to pry our goblet squat open. We're going to pull ourselves down into that low squat. We'll shake hands with the kettlebell. So thumbs enter, curl that bell up. Let's hang out here for a couple seconds. I want you to hang out just above where it's comfortable. So if I was all the way down here, I could hang out, roast a marshmallow over the fire for a little bit longer. If I lift my hips just a little bit harder, and now you've spent that entire time there. Drive an elbow lightly, opening that femur. Return it to center. Repeat on the other side. Keep those toes and instep still heavy and firmly on the floor. Let's inhale and go to tall. Take a little breath. Now standing up here, just thinking about this goblet position, pull the bell apart, retract your shoulders. Now pull yourself back down to your squat. Undo your arms. Bell finds the floor. You stand up without. Shake it out.
Continue to open those hips, and as Lauren alluded to, heavy toes. Grip the floor with the fingertips and the get-ups as much as the feet for that added stability and strength. More of the get-up and more of those squats to come as well. How are you doing? Lauren's going to decide to keep with the club bell for one and maybe add the squat weight to the other. And here we are now doing the first phase of the get-up for 3 repetitions.
So we'll start on the floor. So let's get down there and we'll cuddle our kettlebell. So our first move, we're going to our elbow and returning to our back. As we go here, I want to think about a couple things. Let's cuddle that kettlebell, press it. Get set up, heavy leg on the floor, both of them. Use your hip drive, pull on your elbow. Now as you go to the back to the floor, think about pushing away from your elbow and maintaining that lat engagement. Repeat, pull to the elbow. Now push away from the elbow. You're almost going in a diagonal away. One last time. Pull up, keep the shoulder packed, press away, strong like a board on the down, and then 2 hands on. Return the bell to the floor, and we'll flip around to the other side. The biggest thing with that first move is right now I'm using a light kettlebell or a light club, but one day I might use my 55-pound kettlebell, and that'll be okay too. The reason it's okay is because it's not a crunch. All right, same thing, second side.
So cuddle, we roll, and I like to use that 2-handed press. Heavy limbs like Lauren has said, and now push through the bent leg, ending up on your elbow with eyes on the bell. Then return to your back, stiff like a board as a plank. Then drive the hip and time it so that you pull on the elbow and hold a quick pause. And then return to your back, take a breath, and find that core tension to drive up and to hold that core tension to lower safely and slowly. 2 hands, give it a little cuddle, return it to the floor, maybe that no hand style, get up here with our shake. We'll do more of those partial get-ups, but first, some goblet squats.
So
Lauren, favorite number is 3. Go ahead.
Oh, 3. I was going to make you do 5.
I know, but it's her favorite number, so we're going to do 3.
So we're going to do 3.
Then
So let's pick up our kettlebell via that, either the goblet or the pull catch, whatever you so choose. So you could use your hinge and pull catch that bell up into the goblet position. Next, we're going to pull ourselves down and then ourselves up. Pull ourselves down, to tall, lats are engaged, abs are braced, to tall, either putting the bell down via your squat or using your hinge to place down, stand up without, give that a little shake out. How's your weight? How's it feeling? So good. Can't wait to do 5.
Rockin'. Partial get-ups to be continued. And Lauren has the nice phases for this one, so let's just pay attention to her as we go through.
It starts on the floor again. So I'm going to get myself oriented here. All right, so it starts with that cuddle and the roll and the press. We're working to that halfway position here. So as we did last time, it's a hip drive, pull to elbow. Now let's squish a bug. This time we're going to lift our hips, but no sweep. Lift, hold, 3, 2, hips go back to the floor, to your elbow, push away from your elbow, returning to your back. Repeat with a little add-on, pull to the elbow, squish the bug. This time we'll bridge and sweep. Pause there for 3, nice and stacked. 2, sweep back through, find your elbow, push away from your elbow to your back, pull your club down, your bell, return it to the floor, and let's turn ourselves around and repeat on the other side.
Nice.
So that half get up will take about the same amount of time as one full get up. So we're spending some time underneath the bell and spicing up those techniques. Same thing, second side, cuddle, roll, press. It's to the elbow again with a hip drive pull, then to the hand. First time we push down with our hand and opposite foot and lifted the hips, and then bum comes back down to the elbow and to the back. And the tendency is to do that sweep because it's just so natural. Hip drive, push down. This time we'll add the sweep, so knee comes underneath. We're in that 3-point position for 3, 2, sweep back through, find the elbow, push away from the elbow to the back, pull the bell down, return it to the floor via the cuddle, and stand up, no hands, dare you.
No hands. Cross-legged stand up. Got it. Excellent. Squat time. We did 3 the first time. Let's keep things prime and skip that number 4 and replicate 5 beautiful squats. I actually think I did 6 or 4 the last time because I did my squat up.
Yeah.
So I'm going to clean it up this time and start from the top down.
Clean it up.
Clean it up.
Get it the swifter. Overhand grip, pull, catch, rack. Adjust your stance, inhale, pull down, up to tall. Again, we're coming as low as we can, which we're trying to break parallel, getting our hips below our knees, if that's for you. If that's not for you, then don't get that low. But we are not getting into that low campfire squat. We're just getting to the base and then using our hinge, placing the bell down.
Whew. Squats make the heart rate go, sweat taps open, buns feel good, core feel good. Hoping that you again feel the same. We're working now on that windmill section, and we'll start at the top and work ourselves down through the lunge, hand to the floor, and then extend the hip through. Repeating that for our 3 repetitions as well. So to get that kettlebell to the rack, take a breath and rack it up. Here we go. So rack position, full body press. Now the leg you can touch, drop it back. Then look at the bell as you open to the windmill. Now find the floor with the hand, hold for a pose, then just push that back hip through nice and tall. And repeat, a rotation underneath of the bell, and push that hip through, finishing tall. That's a hard move on those abs. One more time. Hinge, hand to the floor, push the hip through. We'll square up the lunge, standing up tall, and with control, pull down to the rack. And then underneath. I'm going to let Lauren do the talking on this one because that was a little bit harder than I was expecting, but we're good. Making sure you're having fun because I think Lauryn liked hearing how much that was a struggle.
I did.
And hoping
So
you're
I'm using
feeling
that
safe and strong.
lighter bell today because I wanted to be here with you, but I'm just trying to fix a little neck problem that's going on. So I'm choosing this lighter club today, but we're pulling to the rack position. Then we're pressing that bell towards overhead. We're taking that step back, drop back, step open. Now it's that rotation and hinge. We're stacking the shoulders. Then we're pushing the floor away. Little unrotate, hip drives through, repeat rotation. Hip hinge to softly find the floor. Stack, then push away. Hips forward, last time, rotate. Hip hinge, soft landing. Stickity stack, push the floor away. Front foot moves. Both legs help you up. Pull the bell down with control. And then use your hinge to park the bell.
Nice. Nice indeed.
I like having this.
Yeah. You can poke at things. You can work on your giddy up and go. But we're very serious
squat.
in this
That's
practice.
what I can do too.
No kidding.
All right, let's come back to those squats and let's drop it back down to my favorite number, the number 3. So whether it's that pull catch, the sit down, we're using our hinge, zip up. Here we go, 3 squats. Pull ourselves down, up to tall. Abs are braced, up to tall. Last one, pull down, up to tall. Hinge, place the bell down, up without.
Whew, that's cool. We'll be doing one more get up with that heavy load, and then we'll add some extras with that lighter load of your choice as well. So for this one, let's work from the top down. It'd be 1 kettlebell press overhead, all the way down the floor, and all the way back up, repeating on the alternate side. So it's a kettlebell. Hike past your cheek clean to the rack. Practice full body tension to get tall. The leg you can touch. Drops down, open. It's that windmill. We'll sweep the leg through. We'll find the elbow, and then to the back, and then repeat. Drive the hip. Sit tall. Big bridge and sweep. Press the floor away. Square up lunge. Tall stand again, and pull down. Nice, with control, and return it to the floor. What went well? What would you want to focus on for this next set? This is our last time with this heavy bell for today.
Heavy bell. Same thing, second side. It's that cheek clean to rack. Press the club to overhead. The leg you can touch will drop back. Control that lunge down. As we practice, we step open. Hinge, rotate. Sweep through. Find your elbow. Push away from the elbow to your back. We're coming back up with a hip drive and a pull. Then find your hand. It's a bridge and a sweep. Press the floor away. Front foot moves. Double lunge up. Pull that bell down with control. Hinge to place it down. Stand up. Shake it out. Get ready for a set of 5.
Been on the waves, like we're surfing. Waving the squat. 3-5. Lauryn had us back to 3. Let's get back to our set of 5.
Am I surfing or am I
Lauryn needs a heavier
snowboarding?
kettlebell. She's got a case of the sillies.
I know.
And that's okay. Silly and strong, we appreciate it all.
I just
So I'll
wanted
be
to
using,
here.
I like that too. I'm gonna give you more room though.
Oh, sorry. Well, I keep coming towards
I
you.
know.
That's why. There we go.
It's like these steel bells are magnetic, although they're not magnetic at all.
Hip hinge.
Here we go. Hinge. Clean.
I can talk if you want.
Breath in, down, and up. 1. Sniff at the top, and up. Find that power up. This is rep number 3, which means you have 2 more to go here. Up. And 1 more time. Breath in, and up. And return it to the floor. Come up barehanded. Whew. At least temporarily, unless Lauryn has that one last squat set to throw at us. We'll put that out to the side. So using perfect hinge techniques, out to the side.
Don't
and
put it too
replace
far away if you got
with your
mine.
lighter kettlebell now. And for the last movement of the day for the get up, let's press the top, press from the lunge, press in the tall sit, the elbow, and then right back up. Lots of presses. And for more presses, maybe you want to join us on Thursday's class, hip mobility, bar-inspired movements, and kettlebells for strength.
But until then, let's use our hinge, get it to the rack position. First press, get it overhead. Next, we'll step back into that lunge, pull the bell down to rack, use your abs, use your cheeks, press it up. We're going to do our step, windmill hinge. We'll skip this press for today, but we'll sweep. We're now back to that tall sit. Vertical forearm pulling down, press the bell overhead. To your elbow, pull the bell down, press it back up, return to the floor. One more press if you've got it, floor press, and up. Now we go to the elbow, to the hand, bridge and sweep. Press the floor away, unrotate, square up, lunge. Now you have to pull down, opposite of press, and park that bell. Woo. Give that a little shake out.
Nice. And repeating, very last time on the get up here, with the presses at all those unique positions.
Second side.
Second side.
Hip hinge, grip bell to rack. First press, overhead. Step back lunge. Press number 2. Pull down, keep the core engaged, try not to flare that rib cage. Step, rotate, hinge, sweep, tall sit press. Pull down, press up. Then to the elbow. Press from here if allowed. Pull down and press. One more time from your back. Pull that bell down. Press back up, and let's return back up via the get up. Hip drive, pull. Hand. Bridge sweep. Hand leaves floor. Square yourself up. Both legs help you up. Pull down. Bell goes to the floor. Whoa. One more set of squats.
Oh, I knew it.
Surprise.
Oh, well, I did find that pleasantly light and surprisingly amazing with that one, so I do feel I should challenge myself for that last set. I'm just hoping Lauryn continues the wave and we finish on 3, but if not, I'm prepared. What's it gonna be?
5.
Okay, we're ready.
Okay.
As long as we don't have to talk with it, we're ready.
Over top of your bell, let's use our hinge, pull, catch. Inhale, pull down. Up to tall. Feel yourself pull down, feel the floor push down and away as you stand up. It's not just gravity bringing you down to that low squat, but your muscles. We have our last set here. And up, finishing with a good hinge, placing the bell down and standing up without it.
Awesome.
Whoa. How'd that feel?
Feels good.
Check in.
Feels good to train with our partners. That's you and you. And we do hope that your body feels somewhat stressed, somewhat sweaty, but also feeling somewhat nice.
Stronger.
So
thanks for joining us tonight on our Strength and Swings class. And as Ian threw in that promo midway through the class, we have our Thursday bar practice on the other side of the room for hips and overhead strength. And then on Saturday, it's body weight, rolls and crawls and handstands Saturday morning at 8 a.m. Remember, all these videos are in the archive, so if you are flip on the other side of the world and 8 a.m. is really 8 p.m., you can do it anytime. Until next time, check out our website, our Patreon page. Take care.
Stay strong.
And let's train soon.
Have a good night.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye.